In this video, we will explore and define what makes ratios proportional. We're going to start by identifying the type of relationship. That's the homework assignment you got today. And the next video I do will look at the classwork we did buying cheese, babysitting, and making green pay. To get us started, let's look at properties of proportional relationships. So we noticed today that there are 4 properties. The first one quantity is a multiple of the other quantity. So let's think about that. If I had $10 for babysitting and I babysitted 1 hour, 1 times 10 is 10. If I had 2 hours, then my expectation is to make $20, right? And again, I'm multiplying that by 10. All right, let's look at the next one. If the first quantity is 0, and I'm just going to erase this part, then the second quantity is also 0. So if I do not go babysitting, I do not make money. 0 hours, $0. Next one. If you double any quantity, the other one also doubles or triples. And again, I'm going to use that same example. If I make $10 for 1 hour, then I better make $20 for 2 hours if this represents a proportional relationship. And this is just sort of my horrible table, but imagine this is hours, this is dollars. Same is true of $30. So as this one is multiplied by 3, then this one also should be multiplied by 3. I'm making this for 3 hours. And the last one, the graph of the relationship is a straight line through the origin. So at 0, 0, which is where the origin of the graph is, I am going to have a straight line that goes through that origin. This is dollars, and this is hours. So the homework. So we had 3 questions for the homework. The first one looked at Jacob, and he earns money by mowing lawns. So I'm going to put a box around the $15 for every lawn, because that tells me something very particular to this problem. It tells me his unit rate. So he earns $15 for every lawn he mows. So for every 1 lawn, he earns $15. Is the amount of money he earns proportional to the number of lawns he mows? In this situation, let's make an assumption. Let's assume that if he does not mow any lawns, he does not get paid. And let's also say that this is his rate, right? For every 1, 2, 3, 4 lawns, for every 1 lawn, he's going to get paid 15. So then if he mows 2 lawns, he's going to get 30, 3, 45, and 4, $60. So let's go back to the 4 properties. We're already working on if one property, or this property here, that says if the first quantity is 0, then the second quantity is 0, right? So we're saying he doesn't work, he does not get paid. We're also noticing that if I double or triple one quantity, the other would also triple, because if I multiply 1 times 3, I would have to do the same thing with the earnings. I would also have to multiply that by 3. So I think this is a proportional relationship. And I think I'll switch to typing because my penmanship. I think it's proportional because, and just make this a little bigger. Relationship, because if he doesn't work, he doesn't get paid. Now, this is not always the case, but in this situation, this is what happens. 0 lawns mowed, $0 earned. Secondly, if you double the number of, let's say, hours he works, or not hours, but lawns he mows, the earnings also double. Right? So as I go from 1 to 2, I also have to go from 15 to 20. These are two of the main things that define a proportional relationship. All right, let's look at the next one. We have Clesia. Now, she has been saving money all summer long. And in fact, at this point, she has $120 that she's planning to deposit in her bank account. So I'm going to put a box around this key information. Let's see, change that to a pen. She saved $120 from her summer job. This is going to be the first thing she does, or at zero, the initial amount in her bank account is going to be $120. Thereafter, and notice I'm sort of paraphrasing this, so you'll want to read it clearly for yourself. She is going to put in $5 each week, but she starts off with $120. So if any of you have a bank account, you basically don't go in and say, I'm going to open a bank account with $0. You have to put something in the bank. So that's what she did. And then she put in $5 each week. So is this a proportional relationship? Well, you probably want to go back just to review our 4 properties. And I can tell right away that no, it is not, because this one key thing. If the first quantity is 0, the second quantity also has to be 0. And it's not. At 0, which is the initial amount, or initial rather deposit, she already has $120 in her account. Not proportional. And you can clearly explain why using our properties. And now we have did, knew, and Justine. And I know that I want to make this pretty brief. So I'm going to just work through how I saw how I saw this, and I want you then to spend some time probably figuring out the questions and whether or not it's proportional. First, I see that there are 3 books per person. So did, knew, read 3 books, book 1, 2, and 3, as did Justine. I want to figure out what is their unit rate per hour. So how many pages do they read per hour? And I've sort of already did the calculations, but I want you to particularly pause it and do these calculations for yourself. But so you can pause it now. And thank you for that one person who paused it. But I'm going to go ahead and fill in what their unit rate is. So I know this was 26 pages per hour. I know this was also 26. So we're probably already noticing something very particular about Didnu. His style of reading, he got that, right? And I think, did I have 28 for the first one? Let me just double check my math here. So I have 168 divided by 6. Yep, 28. Not bad memory, because it's not, I just did my calculator. 120 divided by 4. We know that to be 30. And I believe the next one is 29, but let's double check. 348 divided by 12. Yep, 29. So now we can clearly, we calculated the unit rate or pages per 1 hour. We can then answer these questions to determine whether or not it is proportional or not. And then even further, which person chose a different sort of style or strategy to reach their goal. All right. Hope this helps with your homework, and I will talk to you later.